The enemy attacks the city, and the Almighty is lost. Lost? Explain yourself.
What's good, everybody? It's that dude J Dav coming at you again. Finally, back on getting these reviews done. It's 2018. I ain't seen y'all in a year. 2017 is the last time I post something, so gonna try to be more consistent this year. Got a little bit more time on my hands, so let's get it started. Enough of that spiel. So the first game we're going to review this year is Destiny 2. Oh, Destiny 2, you are a great game, but you certainly have some troubles right now. And we're going to go through all of that shit. So, first off, let's get it out of the way. Yes, we are months out from the initial launch. It was released in September 2017. We are now past the first DLC, which is Curse of Osiris. There's been a couple of updates. The game has changed a little bit, very little bit. And yeah, there's a couple of things to get into. So let's get right into it. I'll start with the pros. Number one, the game looks great. Like, this is a really good looking game. And it also feels good. The gameplay feels just like Destiny 1. So no complaints there. Gunplay has always felt good. So yeah, I mean, if you want to go in and shoot people up, then this is the game for you. But also the initial campaign, the length was pretty good in comparison to Destiny 1. And the story is decent. I mean, the big bad is Gaul. He can be compelling to some, and I mean, you can tell they did a better job, or at least more effort in storytelling on this one. Also, aesthetically and difficulty-wise, the raid that they released is pretty good as well. So that's what this game has going for it right now. So let's get to the list of cons. The list of fucking cons. It is a list. It's not that long, but if anyone's familiar with Destiny 2, bruh, they know it has problems. So the first one I will say, me personally, is the way the game was launched. It looks like we're going all the way back to how Destiny 1 was launched. Destiny 1 had kind of a trouble finding its foot with people because they market it as this looter shooter. It's going to be forever evolving, and basically people did the campaign, they stayed on it for a little bit, and they put the game down because there really was nothing else to do as far as in game. Exact same problem here, bruh. Like, you pick up the game, you do the campaign, you go to the Crucible, which is, for people that don't know, is the PvP stuff like team deathmatch and all that kind of stuff. You do the raid, and that's pretty much it. Like, there's really no good in-game content. What they should have did, in popular opinion, is by the end of Destiny 1, you had a lot of good stuff going for it. They released The Taken King, which pretty much revamped the entire game. They released Rise of Iron. There's a lot of good loot to grind for. It gave you more reasons to come back to the game over and over again. And that's pretty much when I got back into Destiny, because I did just like everyone else. I picked it up, played the campaign, and I put it down for like 2 years. So I can see people doing the exact same thing here. It seems like instead of building on that momentum that they had with Destiny 1, they went back to square one for some odd fucking reason. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a video game developer. I don't know. It just seemed like it was pretty odd. Like, why did they go back to the exact same struggle that they had with the first game? Didn't make any sense, bro. So, I don't know. So, going to the next thing, there's really nothing to grind for. I mean, you can get pretty much all the loot, all the guns, all the armor if you just play the game hardcore. If you play it hardcore, you'll probably get everything in about a few weeks. If casually, playing the game here or there a couple hours a week, I mean, you could probably get everything in about a month or so. With that being said, a lot of hardcore gamers came out on this game like guns a-blazing and like ran through this game super quick, got all the loot like within a week. So, I mean, and I actually feel bad for that because I have a friend that I put this game on. He's basically saying like, hey, this is a great game. Check out Destiny with us. I got a couple friends that's going to check it out. There's a lot of good loot and stuff, a lot of good reasons to join a clan, get team up with friends, play the game over and over again, and it's going to be something that you're not going to turn away from. And that wasn't the case at all. Like, my guy got most of the loot within like a week. Because, like, he went in heavy, just like a lot of people did, put in a lot of time in the game and got everything within like a week. And it was like, okay, there's really no reason why I should pick this back up. And I was like, well, all right, there was that. I mean, like, and there's no reason why he would even come back to the game. Because, like, yeah, I like Destiny, but, like, this is something that, I pretty much suggested. And it was like, well, this is, kind of a dud of a game. Aside from all the other problems that comes with the game, which I'll get into later. So that kind of sucked. Having no end game, nothing to really grind for, no god roll weapons. Speaking of the weapons, like I said, the raid is good. The only problem is the weapons you get from it don't give you any raid perks. Like, what the fuck is up with that? You get these nice looking weapons, but I mean, it's just like any other shotgun, any other auto rifle, scout rifle. Yeah, they may look great, but I mean, there's better options in the game, and that shouldn't be how a raid weapon should be. It should at least help you in the raid. Like, it should at least have raid perks, because that's how that shit's supposed to work, and that's not how this is. It's just like any other weapon, and that's bullshit. So yeah, I mean, and going on to other weapons, the exotics in Season 1 were very underwhelming. To be fair, in Season 2 with the Curse of Osiris, the first DLC, they had a couple of exotics that, were pretty decent, a decent grenade launcher and all that stuff. But for the most part, people are still sticking with the same exotic weapon, like the same one every single time, or the same 2 or 3. There's no reason to really visit the other exotics because they really don't do that much for you. I mean, and that's pretty much that. And then let's talk about the last thing, which is the community backlash. So Bungie has been getting a bunch of shit because of what some people think is maybe predatory or, not being an honest company or whatever the case may be, because what they've been doing, or what they did, was they throttled people's XP experience, and what that does is they don't get as many drops for things that you would otherwise pay for. So there's 2 ways to get certain drops. It's earning XP, or you can just pay for them through microtransactions, and they were pretty much scaling back you earning XP, so you earn less of those drops, and which pretty much makes you want to pay money, which a lot of people thought was pretty slimy as a business practice. And I mean, I agree. I mean, to me personally, those things that you can earn that way through XP, I mean, they're only aesthetic thing, cosmetic things like certain armor, you know, emotes and shaders and ships and, you know, ghosts and stuff like that. But I mean, to a lot of people, that stuff matters. And if you're going to do something where you're going to make it so I earn less of this stuff, almost forcing me to pay money for the things that I want, or put in hours and hours and hours and hours of gameplay, ain't nobody got time for that. We ain't trying to do that bullshit. So they at least stopped that, or came in with a different version, basically just making so you have to earn more XP to get this stuff. But I don't know. It's something that they're working on. Also, faction rallies. It's kind of something that you do. You can pledge allegiance to a faction, which means you get certain loot from that you can only get from that faction. And in Destiny 1, you just pledged allegiance to the faction, you just ranked it up. And this one, you earn tokens, and it's been broken ever since they released the shit. So it's not what is. I guess it's not working as intended. And then now the latest controversy is that they did this faction rally and really only released one weapon in Season 2. So again, another just something else that Bungie did that, I mean, a lot of people don't like. And then also they locked people out that didn't buy the first DLC. They locked them out of content for a little while. They have fixed that, but I mean, it was just another thing that left a bad taste in people's mouth. I mean, these things are adding up to make people not want to play the game. And it's unfortunate because, like I said, I like the game. And I think it's a good game. I mean, it looked good, it feels good, and I think the content is something that people want to come back to if they did right by the consumer. And a lot of people don't feel like they have. So, all that to say, like I said, I still like the game. And to me, there's hope. So, basically, Bungie has been sending out stuff of how they're going to revamp the game this year, make loot matter, make armor pieces actually mean something in defense, like as far as your defense goes. And yeah, I mean, there should be a couple of things coming down the pipeline. Only problem is they're not going to get done with all that until the fall of this year. So it's basically like, okay, we'll just put the game down. I'll see you in September. But I mean, they're going to be rolling out things slowly, but I mean, to get back to where we were at the end of Destiny 1, where everybody was in this happy place, quote unquote, it's going to take them all year to do it. But the reason I'm hopeful with that is at least that's done in year 2, so that must mean that 2019 should be a pretty good year for Destiny. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Well, basically, until then, I'll see you later. I mean, I'll be playing the game. Like I said, I like the game. I'll still be playing the game here and there. But I mean, to get the best out of it, I guess we're gonna have to wait until the end of this year. So let's center it back to what I do with my reviews. My reviews are really based on, is the game good and is it busy person friendly, busy person accessible. I don't know if anyone knows, but I'm an extremely busy person, just like a lot of us out there. I work full time. I help with a youth mentor group. I am also a student trying to get into medical school. Video games just happen to be a hobby of mine. And you know, I like my hobbies. So, is the game good? I would say yes. I mean, I'll still give it a thumbs up. I still think it's worth a purchase. And right now, you can probably pick it up for like $40. Is it busy person friendly? I would say right now, yes. And that's kind of like the unfortunate part, because this is something that they built it to where you're supposed to put in hours and hours of gameplay into this game. So it's not supposed to be busy friendly, so that's probably going to change by the end of this year. But right now, if you want to get through a shooter and you know, play the campaign, maybe get the DLC if you want to pay money for it, and only invest maybe an hour or two a week in the game. I mean, you can easily get through the campaign like that, and still have a decent game that you've picked up for relatively cheap right now. So I would say it's busy person friendly right now. In the future, it probably won't be, but it's still a good pickup in my opinion. So I would say go for it. And that's pretty much it. I'm done rambling on. It's time to go ahead and hit the books, but I hope you guys liked the video. Again, in 2018, it is my goal to get more videos out and on a consistent schedule. Now that I have a little bit more time. Damn, I wasn't in the video when I just died. But yeah, I'll get more videos out and on a consistent basis, so you know, I get more experience at this YouTube thing. But if you like the video, go ahead and shout me out, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, peace out. My name real and I like you.